Time to take this two-headed beast down. Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, the media guy, back with another wonderful movie review. And if you guys haven't seen my community posts I've been making over the past 2 days, today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Wrath of the Titans. Now, I do want to clarify something in case you guys didn't see one of my community posts. This is actually a sequel to the 2010 remake of Clash of the Titans, which was also based on a Harry Hamlet movie back in 1981. I already made a community post explaining this already, so I'm guessing you guys already got the idea by now. So yeah, if any of you guys are like big fans of the Titans movies, like this one for example, not to be confused with the Teen Titans, then I assume you guys know what to expect, but just in case you guys want to know what Wrath of the Titans is all about, here is the description. A decade after defeating the monstrous Kraken, Perseus attempts to retire to a quiet life as a fisherman and sole parent to his son. However, a great war has erupted between the gods, weakened by humanity's lack of devotion. Oh boy. And a long imprisoned Titans who are led by the ferocious Kronos. Betrayed by Hades, Zeus is captured and brought to the underworld, and Perseus must once again become a hero in order to find Zeus and end the Titans' struggle to rule the earth. So I'm not gonna lie. After watching several clips of this movie, as well as watching it in general from start to end, I actually find this movie to be quite amazing, and well, it's quite breathtaking. The acting is great. It has an awesome story with a beginning, middle, and end. And I'm not gonna lie, the music score is also wonderful. The scenery is also wonderful. And I gotta admit, the special effects in this movie, especially for 2012 standards, looks pretty spot on perfectly. I mean, there are just so many monsters in this movie that they could even top the ones from the original 1981 movie or the 2010 remake. Oh boy. I gotta admit, Hades is quite an interesting villain, and not to be confused with the Disney character from the Hercules movies. Just let me make that clear. And look, this is like one of the monsters that shows up during the big battle of the movie, mainly the climax. I mean, look at this thing. It looks like it's a Siamese warrior monster. An epic adventure that surpasses the original in every way. Well, it's not wrong, that's for sure. And sure, maybe to you guys, this movie might not be 100% perfect. I mean, sure, I guess you guys could probably point out some of its flaws that the movie has, but honestly, I wouldn't actually call this a terrible movie. I mean, yeah, maybe it's not perfect, but I'm not gonna lie, this is quite amazing. And you can obviously tell that the filmmakers really did their best to make this movie look spectacular in every way, which I totally understand. Yeah, even though this came out 2 years later in 2012, while the remake of Clash of the Titans came out in 2010, I'm guessing I'm guessing in this movie's universe, it takes place like a decade after the events of the remake happened. Yeah. Along the way, Perseus starts to recruit some new faces to help take down the lava monster and save Zeus. And I gotta admit, there's no denying how insanely action-packed this movie is. There's just so many action sequences that are like so amazing and breathtaking that it will give the action sequences in most of the Marvel movies a run for their money. And yeah, look, I know it's weird for me to compare this movie with any of the Marvel movies, which is true. But hey, I'm just trying to state some facts here. But seriously, if you guys just so happen to own a Blu-ray and DVD copy of this movie, you will pretty much know what to expect because, well, the action sequences are so insane. Sure, maybe you might have saw some clips of this movie before to get an idea of what to expect. Heck, just a couple of days ago, I had to keep postponing this review because I just had to do more studying on this movie, just to get an idea of what to expect. Now again, I already made a community post explaining how I should study this movie more. And I'm sorry for all the stuttering in this review. Now, I was able to recognize Liam Neeson as one of the brothers, one of the God brothers. And yeah, for some reason, I am kind of behind on Liam Neeson's film career in general. No, aside from this movie. Yeah, there's his name right there. Sorry for the blurriness. So, are you guys familiar with Liam Neeson? And if so, just let me know what other movies he's been in besides this one. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this movie became a box office. I'm not sure if this movie became a box office success or a box office disaster. Because again, I didn't grow up watching Wrath of the Titans or the 2010 Clash of the Titans remake or the original 1981 movie of the same name to know how good or bad this movie is. But like I said, based on what I've been describing here, this is a pretty enjoyable movie. Again, I know you guys would have your own thoughts on this movie, and you might say it's not as perfect as the other Clash of the Titans movies, which I totally respect. I totally understand it. You guys don't have to like this movie if you want to. But I honestly think you should give this movie a chance. Because based on what I've been watching, it is still one of the most intense movies of all time. This could probably give the Indiana Jones movies a run for their money. Yeah, think of Indiana Jones and James Bond, but set in Greece, centuries ago, maybe 1,000 years ago or more. Okay, I know it's weird for me to compare this movie to Indiana Jones and James Bond. Because I get it. James Bond, Indiana Jones, and Wrath of the Titans probably have nothing in common, but just watch this movie and it might remind you of Indiana Jones and James Bond. Now, I assume Liam Neeson is still in the acting business. Or is he? I really don't know, because I don't know if he's still in the acting business. I don't know if he's still working on other movies and TV shows by the time you're watching this, or he probably retired. So you guys might want to let me know down in the comments below. So anyways, Wrath of the Titans is quite an interesting and enjoyable movie. Again, it might not be perfect depending on your point of view, but I guess it is a fun movie for what it is. An action-packed movie with a lot of great special effects, great characters, a great plot, an awesome soundtrack. And like I said before, the monsters in this movie are quite insane. Oh yeah, before I wrap this up, we even do get a quick cameo from Bubo, the golden mechanical owl, who did appear in the 1981 Clash of the Titans movie, as well as the 2010 remake of the same name. Yeah, I think the Angry Video Game Nerd brought this up when he talked about the 1981 Clash of the Titans movie on his channel a few years ago during his Monster Madness week. In fact, I'll probably leave a link to that video in the description down below. So anyways, I'll give this movie 5 Greek gods out of 5, since it is a fantastic movie. And maybe someday I'll do a second look, aka revisit edition of this movie someday, depending on what I'm doing. So thank you guys so much for checking out this review, and stay tuned for more awesome videos just like this one.